So again, in this brief movie, I'm going to explain the Boolean operators and, or, and not. The these are used to make Boolean expressions that are used in, among other things, if statements. So let's step back and look at what this class is doing. It's a class called Boolean operators. It has one field called age, no constructor, which is a little different, but should tell you that if you don't have any particular need to set the fields of a class when you make a new object with the class, then you don't really need a constructor. You can leave it out. In most cases, you will want to set the fields to default values, but in this case we don't, so we can leave it off, leave it out. We have one mutator method, set and check age, which does two things. When we pass in a new age in a parameter, we set the age field to that new age value that we passed in the parameter. And then we use an if statement to check what that age is in these Boolean expressions and output different things depending upon what the age is. So let's look at this first one. If the age we passed in is greater than 12 and the age is less than 20, then we have a teenager, so we output teenager. In this next if statement, we check to see if the age is less than 20 or the age is greater than 29. And in that case, we know that the person is not in their 20s, right? They're less than 20 years old, or they're greater than 29. Either of those are true, right? Then it's going to output not in their 20s. And finally, in this statement, we're going to say if we first say if age is greater than 17, so that evaluates first because of the parentheses. If that's true, then the not will flip the true to false. So that's what the not does. It just flips. If it's true, it flips it to false. If it's false, it flips it to true. So let's say the person is 20. 20 is greater than 17. That's true. Not true is false. So it won't output can't vote yet, because when you're 20, you can vote, right? So as long as age is a value greater than 17, it's not going to output this. But let's say age is equal to 12. Well, 12 is not greater than 17, so that's false, right? But the not flips it to make it true, so in that case, it's going to output can't vote yet, okay? Now, sometimes these can seem a little complicated, but they're really pretty straightforward if you just sort of logically examine them. So I've already compiled this, and let's try running it. So let's first do the case where a teenager, so a 13-year-old teenager. And this, so the first if statement was true. Let's open it up so we can see both of these, right? Age in this case is 13, so that's greater than 12 and less than 20, so it outputs teenager. Now we're down to the second if statement. If age is less than 20, it's 13. So we don't even need to go any further because the or means if either one of these is true, if this is true or this is true, then the if statement is true, and you do whatever's within the if statement. So in this case, the if statement condition is true, and we output not in their 20s. And then now we're down to the last one. 13 is not greater than 17, so that's false, but not false is true, so it outputs can't vote yet. Okay? Now let's try a different input. So in this case, let's pass in, let's see, 19. They're still a teenager. Oops, here we go. They're still a teenager, right? Age is between, it's greater than 12 and less than 20. They're not in their 20s, but their age is greater than 17. And we put 19 here. So that's true. Not true is false. So if the condition is false, it doesn't do whatever's inside the if statement. So it doesn't output can't vote yet, because in fact the person can vote. Let's try it one more time. Let's do a 25-year-old. And what have we got here? Nothing. Interesting. Let's see. Why do we have nothing? Well, the person's not a teenager, right? We said 25, age is 25, so that's not, condition is not true. The age is greater than 12, 25 is greater than 12, but age is not less than 20, and the and means that both of these conditions need to be true in order for the code inside of the if statement to be executed. Now let's go down to this one. If age is less than 20, age is 25 here, so that's false, or age is greater than 29, that's false too. So both of those are false, so it doesn't do this. Either one of those had been true, the OR would have made it output this line. Since neither one of them is true, it doesn't output this. Now let's come down to this. Remember, this says age is greater than 17, so age is 25, which is greater than 17, so that's true, but the not flips it, so that's false. If this condition is false, it doesn't output anything. That's why nothing was output here. Let's do it one last time. We'll do it with 55. And it outputs not in their 20s, which makes sense because only this if statement, right, 55 is not less than 20, but it is greater than 29. So remember, the OR means that if either one of these is true, go ahead and do that. And certainly 55 is not between 12 and 20. And 25 is greater than 55 is greater than 17. That's true, but the not flips it, so it's false. So if the condition is false, it doesn't do that. Okay? So I hope that it starts to make clear how to use the AND operator, the OR operator, and the NOT operator in Java.